Let's talk about the final step of any production job. You know the one, it's often the most tedious, a huge mountain of checks and math and paperwork, but what if you could change all that? What if you could turn that chore into a simple, guided process? Well, today, we're going to dig into an intelligent system that does exactly that. And this, right here, just lays it all out. On one side, you've got the total chaos of the old way, right? All those frustrating manual checks, the complicated math, the endless paperwork. And then on the other side, you see the promise of this new workflow. It's guided, it's automated, and it's instant. We're talking about a complete transformation. So first, let's talk about something we all know a little too well, the old production headache. This is all about that draining, manual effort that it takes just to close out a single job. I mean, seriously, it shouldn't be this hard. When you're getting bogged down by all these administrative tasks, you're not focused on actual production. And that doesn't just waste time, it's a huge drain on your team's morale. But, okay, there is a better way. And it all starts with a simple, guided process. The real key here is that the system isn't just another tool. It's more like a guide that does all the heavy lifting for you from the very, very beginning. So, just how simple are we talking? Well, it really just comes down to these first few clicks. You click Add, you choose your part, and that's pretty much it. The system just takes over, automatically grabbing every single open transaction related to that part. And you have to understand, the implication here is huge. This isn't just some small convenience. Think about all the time your team spends hunting down individual issue records. With this system, that entire step is just gone, wiped out by a single click. This immediately saves time and, prevents those costly manual errors. Okay, and this is where things get really, really smart. This automation goes way beyond just gathering data. It actually starts making intelligent calculations for you, which completely eliminates the guesswork that so often slows production down. So one of the most important calculations it makes is for something called MMQ, or maximum manufacturable quantity. Now, in simple terms, the system basically looks at all your available materials and tells you, hey, based on what you have on hand right now, this is the absolute maximum number of units you can safely build. So instead of you having to dig through inventory lists and bills of material, the system just gives you the answer. Boom, 87. It's calculated for you, instantly. All that guesswork and complex math is just gone. You get one single, clear, actionable number to work with. And the intelligent help doesn't stop there. The system also pre-populates all of your key scheduling fields for you. It pulls the start date and time from the very earliest material issue record, which makes sure your production timeline is always lined up with reality. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, and this is a crucial point for anyone concerned about data integrity. All this convenience doesn't come at a cost. Your original issue records are never, ever altered. This preserves perfect auditability and traceability. Of course, let's be real. Work on the shop floor isn't always a straight line, right? That's why this system is built for real-world flexibility, letting you produce at your own pace and handle batch completions with total ease. Let's just walk through a quick example so you can see how this works. Imagine your team has issued enough material to produce 100 units of a particular part. But today, maybe to meet an urgent demand, or maybe it's just part of your normal process, you only complete 50 of those units. Now, with an old system, this could be a real headache. Here, it's no problem at all. The system just logs the 50 completed units and keeps the records for the remaining 50 open and active. They're just sitting there, ready for you to complete whenever production picks back up. See, the workflow adapts to your needs, not the other way around. So, okay. We've made the whole process faster and way more flexible. But what's the real long-term payoff here? Well, it's about turning all this clean production data into powerful insights that can drive real performance improvements. And look at this. This is a perfect example. Because the system is capturing these precise timings, it can instantly show you the difference between your ideal production time, which here is 45 minutes, and your actual time of 62 minutes. All of a sudden, you can see a delay that might have been completely invisible before. And this isn't just data for the sake of having data. This is actionable intelligence. Seeing that gap lets you ask, why did that happen? What can we do about it? This is how you start to systematically refine your processes, use your resources better, and make the entire shop floor way more efficient. So after all that guided entry, all the automation, all the flexibility, how does it all end? With the grand finale, of course, the one-click finish. It ends just like this. With everything validated and exactly where it's supposed to be, the whole process concludes with a single, really satisfying action. Click, save, done. All that paperwork is just generated accurately in the background. It is really that simple. Ultimately, it all comes down to this one idea: a guided, intelligent workflow that makes finishing part production faster, cleaner, and just far more efficient. This isn't just a new feature. It's a fundamentally different and better way to finish work. So the real benefit isn't just about having better software. It's about what this unlocks for your people. With all the time you'll save by getting rid of those old headaches, just ask yourself this: what could your team accomplish? Thanks for joining me.